Hmm?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
We are here today with Mr. Sharad
Hi.
and Mrs. Charu.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, Ravi. Ravi is here,
Hi, Rimjhim.
CEO of 100 Crafts. So today we
Good
decided
afternoon,
to come
everyone.
together. Good afternoon. Today we decided to come together and have a small session with our customers. We are creating a beautiful home for them. They are based out in Bangalore and they have a beautiful villa. It is in the Whitefield area. The villa is approximately 4,000 square feet. It's on the 3 floors and 5 BHK with a living area and ground floor sit out, terrace. Very, very lively place, independent villa where they have dreamt of living there in a themed Rajasthani themed house. We have tried our best to create that. I will take you through that in just few seconds now through the video of the design. So let's have a look at the design now. Hope my screen is visible.
No, it's not.
No.
Is it visible now?
Yes.
Okay. So it's a modern villa with a Rajasthani fusion theme. We have done a seamless integration of traditional Rajasthani characters and color palettes with modern functionality. It's adding to the luxury and grandeur of the residence. Here we go. This is the foyer area, the living area. Partition to the kitchen and the dining with the crockery. A TV area. Daughter's bedroom. The crafts corner. This is the master bedroom. This is the son's room. This is the party area. And this is the sit out. So introducing Sharad and Charu here. Sharad and Charu have been living in Bangalore for last 16 years. They're married since last 16 years, living in Bangalore for the last 13 years. They have 2 children. Shrestha, their daughter, is 13, and their son Shresh is 8. Sharad is an IT professional working with as a senior manager in a major semiconductor in the city. Charu is a lawyer, and she is right now a dedicated homemaker and also an entrepreneur and a social activist. They had approached us for their villa, and Mr. Ravi had met them for the same. They put out their requirements, their aspirations with us, and let's hear from Ravi how it all started. Few words, Ravi, how it all started, how you met first with Mr. Sharad and Charu.
Yeah. So I happened to have a brief telecon with Mr. Sharad and Charuji. And therefore, after we decided to have a small meeting with them and discussing about, what are the things that they are looking at. So the first meeting went in just understanding what kind of a requirement they have, what things they are looking at, what kind of a lifestyle they have. Basis which we happen to go and have a look at the site, their villa which was supposed to be done, and we did a lot of a walkthrough inside the villa and looking at each and every aspect of areas, every aspect, and understanding how the things could be, shaped up over there, keeping their aspirations and requirements in the mind. So that's how it all started.
Sharad and Charu, what were your feelings at the first meeting with Mr. Ravi?
Very good
Well, first of all, I want to wish Charu a very happy birthday because it's her
Yeah,
birthday
yeah.
today. Let's wish it
Thank you,
together.
thank you so much.
Charu, happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much.
Charuji, many, many returns of the day.
Thank you,
We will
Ravi.
surely have a
Yeah.
celebration after you have shifted in your
Yeah,
villa. We will
yeah,
surely have a celebration together after you have
yes,
shifted.
yes, sure, for sure.
You're always invited.
Thank you.
So, yeah,
Hmm.
our first meeting was very nice with the Ravi, and he gave us nice input when we tell him when he saw our villa, and very innovative ideas was there. So we impressed with that, and he spent the time with us, and that's why we were more
Okay.
like, yeah, this is the company, we can go ahead with that. So that belief, because of Ravi, it came.
I mean, that was a for us that he's the only one who has actually spent time, came out, met us multiple times,
Mhm.
gave us different ideas which no one else was willing to do. So,
Right,
frankly speaking,
right.
companies asking for a floor plan and giving us
Very true. Yes.
uh,
We missed few parts of your conversation, Mr. Sharad. Are you there? So, in the meantime, Ravi, I would like to understand what was your approach while you went for the first meeting. What all could you see, and uh, how did you step into the customer's shoes, and how did you try to understand what was going on there? How we could give them the best of the possibilities there?
All right. So at the outset, if you look at their villa, the facade is such a beautiful, and it
Mm.
gives you a little European classic look.
Mm-hmm.
And when I stepped inside, I was just wowed by the villa, the entire things. And there was the first floor, ground floor, the first floor, and then there is one more floor. What was very unique about this villa was the long windows. The windows in
Mm-hmm.
the ground floor are too long, and it's a full height windows. And that's where I thought that probably Sharad uh, and Charu should be looking at something which is a fusion of probably a modern and some kind of a heritage kind of a design. And this is, and then when we
Yes.
moved towards the kitchen, there I found that okay, the kitchen is little small as compared to the residence where they are living. So we had a long
Right.
discussion about the kitchen areas, and we thought that
Mhm.
probably a few civil changes inside the house could help them in bringing out that kind of a heritage look inside the home.
Mhm.
And that's how the whole discussion started. And I particularly felt that probably for this kind of a work, we need to have a different kind of a designer for his ideas. And
Yes.
I proposed them that why don't we have a small virtual discussion with our team where we
Yes.
can let them build some kind of a, idea book, uh, idea book of the designs, keeping different kind
Mm-hmm.
of a, like modern fused with a contemporary, or some kind of a European fused with a modern, and
Mm-hmm.
classic fused with this with the modern and all. And that is where Sharad and Charu came out and said that, hey, I'm from Rajasthan, and I would like to have a theme which is connecting to my heritage. So this is where we started, a discussion around with them. We built up an idea book. We proposed them, and I think they pretty much like the idea book about the Rajasthan theme, isn't it, Sharad? Right.
I mean, anyone
So
who looks at these color combinations is just wowed by it. So no one will be
yeah,
saying they don't.
yeah. So that was a very fantastic part, the color combination that was proposed to them, keeping the heritage things in the mind, keeping Rajasthan themes and the characters in the mind. And I think they were quick to go ahead that this is how we should be doing.
Yes. When even I when discussed with Meenakshi, our senior architect, she
Hmm.
uh, she told me that this was such a beautiful place to design. I mean, any designer's dream job is like to get such a beautiful place with so many floors and a theme, a fusion theme to design. That's their they really crave for that kind of a space. Plus, they also got the openness and understanding of the customers. So with
Yeah.
that, some beautiful creativity can come out, and the designers also get a satisfaction in doing their job. So she has loved designing this place because mostly it is like a contemporary or a modern kind of a theme, but this has been a unique piece of art for her also. So Sharad, while you were looking out for interiors for your this villa, first of all, I would like to know why did you select this villa? What inspired you? How did you and Charu decide that this is the place? And while looking at this special place that you have selected,
Mhm.
what all things you had in mind? Like, what should my interior partners do? And were there any fears that this is your second home, right? So there would be any fears that same mistakes नहीं होने चाहिए या same issues नहीं आने चाहिए वापस ऐसा कुछ था क्या आपके mind में पहले से?
Right. So,
What were you looking for in an interior partner? Yes.
so to start with the selection of the villa, so we were on a lookout for a villa for a long time.
Yes.
But as soon as we entered this one, like we immediately felt, yes, this is it. This is what we were looking
Okay.
for, and we just took it. So,
Yes. Even the
like
house calls. Even the house calls its owners. It also
Yeah.
gets attracted to the owners of the house.
so we felt an
Absolutely.
instant connection with the house, so we just took it there and then. The decision was immediately taken, pretty
Yes.
much. As far as the interior works goes, the main thing was when we started the interiors of our present house we are staying right now.
Ha, ha, ha.
The project was totally going haywire. The interior guys were asking certain amount and certain amount the wire day. There was no real proper billing and stuff like that.
Right. Right. Right.
Those are the kind of things that we were a little apprehensive about, and we
This is usually a problem in the market. I understand
clearly
that.
shared our. We had
Hmm.
initial discussion with. We also clearly told them, okay, this is our budget,
Hmm, hmm,
and
hmm,
we
hmm.
want you guys to stick around that. And the second thing, obviously, was the theme or the palettes that we wanted definitely to be included.
Okay. Okay.
So those are
Hmm,
the
hmm, hmm.
initial inputs that we gave, and what our apprehensions were.
And our main concern was that they should listen us
Yes.
and not like that whatever they want and they want to do they okay you go.
Yes.
But the best part they you were listening us and our choice whatever wish you were
Yes.
doing that type of her, and
Yes.
that was the main thing that we go ahead with you. Otherwise other interior frankly speaking, we went so many tears, guys, and then they were not listening. They were just saying, "Okay, you go lead this one, that one." But the best part here, and then you chat with us, and then all this happen.
Yes,
So
yes.
we thought, yes, we can go with this, and they are listening want maybe can come out in our wish like what
Yes,
this is our dream house, and obviously we will not move from here. So
yes,
that was the thing we wanted to do.
absolutely.
So we are happy that we choose you.
Thank you so much. We as a team, Charu, we really understand. We understand the aspirations and the feelings of a customer when they are looking at their own property and they are giving it to us in our hands to take care, design, execute. Now, it is well understood that we have to take care of all your functionalities, all the design requirements, aesthetics, everything. On top of that, we also have to be technically right, aesthetically right. And I know of certain instances where you had certain things that you really wanted it to go there, and Meenakshi said, "No, we cannot have that." Right?
Mm.
So I'm sure you understood the reasons why she was like, "Yes." I mean, leaving the
Yeah,
things in an expert's hand is experience in itself.
mm.
Right. So yeah, she was giving us proper reasons for certain decisions that she was going against.
Right,
So
right.
it's the major thing that you just don't say no, but you tell
Yes,
us why.
exactly. Yes,
So
and you also don't say yes to everything, right? Even if we
exactly.
want, even if we want you to be happy as a customer, we cannot just say yes to everything. It has to be set right, and the overall final theme, the overall final output has to be a blend of functionality, beauty, technicality, and all the aspects, even the material. Very, very important. So here I come back to Ravi and ask him how you had put together a tool to understand what all would Sharad and Charu like when we go ahead for the designing. What all did you do to go ahead and start understanding their choices?
Okay. So after understanding their requirements, their taste, and their flavor, the design, various design stakeholders in the house. So they have a son, and he is freak about Captain America and
Yes,
things like that, and uh, they have they wanted to have a very beautiful place for their daughters also. So
yes,
after planning all these things, so what I thought is probably we have the design diagnostic kind of a tool mechanism where we have different kind of reference images which we should be taking the customers through. So what I did is I asked the team to let them go through this, and this is a tool where we bridge the gap between our understanding and
yes.
Sharad's understanding.
It's very
Okay.
important in the initial times. Yes.
Yes. So this was very much required, and this is where then we realized what is totally yes for them and what is totally no for them. Okay. So we were happy to bridge the gap, and then later came is whatever is the design that they are looking at, how can that be manifested using the materials and finishes which are available in the market, keeping the budget in the mind. So they had a definite, a particular kind of a budget in the mind.
Yes.
So the team came out with a proposal is we can divide the entire villa into P1, P2, P3, and P4 kind of a thought process, where it is P1, P2 is all is on a priority one, priority two, priority three, priority four, those kind of a thought process. So we allocated the budget for these P1, P2, P3, P4 areas, and then we took them for the design, design diagnostics, and we started giving them a different kind of an idea. So it was a quick sail through. What was very important for us, and what I was very happy about Mr. Sharad and Charu was that they were quick to decide on and very clarity on thoughts of what is the budget they would like to go ahead and what kind of a theme and material aspects that they want to go ahead. So it was easy for us. We had those kind of a tools and the processes set in our place, and it worked out actually.
Yes, yes. I also remember being a part of that initial meeting that we held
Yeah.
virtually, actually.
Yeah.
And we all came together, the senior designer, me, you, and Sharad and Charu, and we were discussing on Skype, and we could come out with a final understanding of what they are liking. So, Sharad and Charu, let us know any specifically unique things that you found difference between us and the other people that you were looking at. Also, if we could have done anything better in this part of our discussion, the initial discussion, the consultation part, so that we can upgrade ourselves, because we have always upgraded ourselves based on customer feedback as well as our outputs and the experiences we get during the project execution, because every project is unique. We customize every project 100%. So we learn through our works, we learn through your feedback. So very important for us to know at each phase what we can do better and what was unique about us and how we can enhance that more. I think the video is frozen.
Yeah, the video is gone.
They'll be back.
They'll be back. Yes, yes.
So that is the best thing that was there, and that helped us to get some.
Sharad, we lost your conversation for, I think, last few seconds. Could you please repeat what you said? Yes, thanks.
The part was that we had a face-to-face discussion, and the face-to that is what we liked really.
Face-to-face.
The best thing that was there. We asked for the AutoCAD drawings, and that thing was pretty early stage. So that kind of gave us a confidence. Yes, you guys are looking into very in depth of the design of everything to figure out where things should be.
Right.
And that was really helpful in that sense. Then you guys flew in the designer also at a very early stage. Look and feel of the place. So we didn't find actually this kind of a response in any other interior design company. So
Thank
that
you
is
so
something
much.
that
Yes.
really helps us in building the confidence with you guys. So I would say that the processes are very well set. So it's functioning like a smooth machine right now.
Okay, great. So at this point, again, I would like to play your house video so that if audience have joined, they can see this once again.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. So I'll just share my screen. Please let me know if it's visible or not. Thank you. So hope the screen is visible.
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah, it's coming up.
All right. Okay, so again, I would like to just describe very shortly. It's a modern villa with a Rajasthani fusion theme. This is seamlessly integrated with traditional Rajasthani characters and color palettes. We have used a lot of jali design, jharokas, royal rich colors, and with turquoise, peacock blue, and these kinds of beautiful colors to enhance the place. Let's see the video again of the design that we have created for Mr. Sharad and Mrs. Charu. This is the entrance and the foyer area, the living area with peacock blue, jali, the crockery, dining. A lot of warm, earthy colors used here with the rich royal colors. Spacious kitchen now. This is the TV area. You can see the patterns, Rajasthani patterns here, the jharokas, crafts corner for the daughter's room. This is the master bedroom with a library. This is the son's room, who is really crazy about this we will sit out. So it's a pleasure to see the designs again and again. I can just review it once more. It gives
Yes.
real pleasure to see that. Now, moving on to the designing part where we started the design. So when we were discussing the designs with our designing expert, Ms. Meenakshi, how did you find the process, the responses, and was all your aspiration, the functionality, all is integrated, and how was your was it interactive? Was it easy for you to get the responses or her understanding? How smoothly it went through the designing? Because this is something which is you're coming from a blank space. You're going coming to a blank space, and you are getting some ideas. I mean, something very unique coming on, and how easy was it to understand and accept those things which were coming out? How easy did you make?
We want that color, this color, and then we want Rajasthani also, and
Yes.
sometimes customization also, and the modern also. It should not look like that. We are totally going heritage and like that. And we were telling her the color preferences. So, so that was the best part. She listened us and she designed like that. Ki yeah, you can, and the what we want that color beautifully. She designed that. So that was the attractive part when she designed and
Right.
gave us the
Yes, Charu. So please let us know about how you were expecting the design and material integration and how it was taken up by the team.
Yeah. So once we understood what kind of a design theme they are looking at, uh, the team happened to realize that this kind of a design cannot be done over a sheet-based material like acrylic or a laminate or
Yes.
a
Cannot be
membrane
done.
kind of a thing. So we understood that this is something which is very different. Veneers has to be used.
Yes.
Coating-based finishes has to be used at the places. They
Because
have a
every floor has a lot of jali, every floor
yeah
has a lot of curves and designs, which cannot be done in a laminate finish or an acrylic finish. Not at all.
yes
We had to
yes
use all
yeah.
this.
So I was quite sure the kind of a design what they are looking at, those kind of a materials will not go through, will not synchronize with the design. So we were very much had a very good conversation with Charu and Sharad, and we clearly told them that your kind of a design, the material are the veneers and the coating based finishes. So and that's how we this information was passed to the designer as well.
Yes.
The
Yes.
design team also got to know that this kind of a material is supposed to be used. And I mean our designer system also, they know that okay, if this is the kind of a theme coming up, then these are the kind of a material finishes which is supposed to be used. So it was very clear in that way.
Mm. Thank you. Because I remember when we had our experts discussion regarding this project, when we received the knowledge transfer, we had a meeting with all the technical people as well as the designing team, and uh, by looking at the suggestions and the theme book, the idea book that you had shown, it was very clear that we have to go ahead with all the veneer based and the coating based stuff, not at all any sheet
Yeah,
based.
yeah. I think one good aspect was when Meenakshi got to understand, having a detailed discussion with them,
Hmm.
and she immediately came out with the material proposition, like what materials could go for their kind of requirements.
Right,
So,
right.
so the wood finishes, the fabrics, and
Mm-hmm.
the wall treatments, everything
Most
was very well
important, yes, most
thought.
important here in designing was the combination of colors, because because it is a
Yes.
rich royal color combination had to be there, with the integration of the materials and the patterns and the shapes. All these things had to be put together by her, including
Yes.
the vastu, including the space management, including the technicalities which will be required while combination of two materials, the joinery details, all those things. All those parts were taken care of while designing. So I had to highlight that, because this doesn't come out usually while designing. What happens in the background, it is not very much visible. Yes.
Yes.
So overall, when the design was complete, Sharad and Charu, what was your satisfaction level after looking at all the designs when you started receiving the realistic views of your house? How did you feel?
I'm kind of relieved that okay, whatever we thought, it's shaping up that way, and
Shaping up that way?
whoever relatives we showed it to, they were like, okay, yeah, this is
Wow.
coming out really nice, and they are waiting for it to finish.
So
So
it's
we were happy.
such a relief, right? It's such a relief to get out what you wanted, and you were not looking at just a typical straightforward box designs or furniture. You were looking at something unique coming out, something out of the box to add to your functionality, and looks like we could do
Yes.
that
We
in
wanted
our.
the house to look like that of any other house, so and that's what has come out.
And believe me,
They had,
even
they had been very clear from the day one, and that was a beautiful part of
yes,
the couple.
yes,
The clarity was from the day one on all perspective.
No,
yes,
it
Charu.
was sometimes fear is there ki, what the design was there and outcome maybe can be different for that.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
it was like photos was very nice and the outcome is coming like that. But here I will say the outcome is more nice than your photos, than
Beautiful.
your.
Wow, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
so much,
Now,
Naruji.
if we can see the house, it makes us
Coming
happy
out.
when we enter. So,
Yes,
like that,
yes,
yes, satisfaction is there. Yeah, it is coming out very beautifully. Even
yes,
that,
yes.
though it was not in my mind, ki it will come like that.
Come
But
like that.
I'm
Yes.
very happy and satisfied ki it is coming very nicely. Output, outputs
Great.
are. Hmm.
When we design, while we have delivered almost 1,000 projects now all over Pune, Bangalore, सबसे ज़्यादा, and few other cities. And what we observed was we have to make the designs realistic, practical. Practical होना बहुत important है, because designing can be done fabulously, but fitting in the budget and making it practically implementable. अगर ये
Yeah.
दोनों नहीं है, तो it fails. So
Yeah.
we do not do that. We are very much aware of that. We do not do that. So we whatever design was done, it was checked and audited multiple times. Let me tell you, before it went to you, there are a
Yes.
lot of audits done, and we ourselves sit and do any project above 20 plus. We do, and your project was a project which was going till the 30 lakhs. Abhi chala gaya wo. So we had to sit and do, because it cannot go wrong. It is a lot of investment and it cannot go wrong. So yes, so the final output was a wow factor, and I'm sure a lot of your family and friends, they would be looking ahead to come to your house and see how it came out. Is it as good as the designs that you had showed them? Yes, would be excited, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yes, yes, very much.
Thank you. Now coming to the execution part, Sharad and Charu. So we saw that the consultation part was satisfactory, and also that while designing, also you felt yes, the experts are looking at your things in a right manner, in the right direction, and taking you along slowly with the process. And in each part is taken over or managed by a project by one expert, while the whole project is in the hand of a one project owner who makes
Yes.
sure that that everything is coming in the right time, right? So in your case, Ms. Sapna is handling your project very very efficiently, and she is after our heads that this has to be done, that has to be done, this payment has to be done, that payment has to be done, this person has to be on the site. So she is hands-on, and I would like you to say a little bit about that. How did you experience, what are your experiences in the execution? Because that's the toughest part actually. Coming out with the design is easier, than going ahead with the execution. It's actually the most time taking, and it is also entering a dark room. So I hope it was not like that for you, that you're not guided, you're not supported, and you don't know what is going to happen next. So please let us know a few words about that, how you saw the execution phase coming up.
Yeah, initial hiccups were there, and that is natural, I think, when you put the executions. So, because sometimes mindset and all these things. So, initial hiccups was there, but after that, smooth sailing, because they understood and we understood all the things,
Right.
both the ways. And Sapna takes very nicely, and whatever we want, she make us understand, and she was looking personally, and
Personally.
she make personally, and she makes understand very nicely what should be done or what should not be done, or why if it is sometimes delay or sooner. She explains very well, and the best part, whenever we want her, she is there.
She's there. Yes. Great. Great.
She was in touch with us constantly that okay, the workers are there, don't worry about it, and
Wow.
you don't have to worry. Project is delayed, but we will finish it in the timelines of 1 or 2 months once the work starts again. So that is
Nice.
a very good thing that she did, that she was in touch with us during the lockdown,
All the time. Wow.
because
Wow.
we worried
No,
the workers would go away and all that, but she
we
made
did
sure that we
that.
were comfortable.
And its
Great.
compliment goes to you guys also. Ki you make us confidence. Otherwise, we were scared about that. Ki what will
Yes,
happen?
the lockdown was a tough time for everybody, and we wanted to make sure that our customers are assured. We also paid extra to all the laborers not to go back to their places. So we made sure we tried to do our best.
Because we were scared that now our work will be done or not. I don't. We were not sure. But when Sapna and all of your messages came, and then we, yes, it is there.
Is there?
So
Yes.
we go, yes. Then
No,
again,
luckily we could start off all our projects on time as soon as the lockdown ended, because we made sure that the labors were there, and the customers were well updated about what was going on. So see, we don't want you to be stressed when the project is in our hands. I mean, of course, I cannot claim that 100% it happens in all the projects. It is a big thing to handle. A lot of integration needs to be done on all the aspects, and but if the problem comes, I can assure that yes, we are able to take care of the problem. If we come to know about the problem, and we are able to understand where the problem is, we surely do take care. Problem nahi aayega, aisa to claim nahi kar sakte. But yes, the problem will be 100% taken care of. ये जरूर बता सकती हूँ, ये जरूर assure कर सकती हूँ. So while the execution, yes, Sharad, please.
So that's one thing that whatever issues we pointed out were taken care of very quickly. And that is
Yes,
one thing that is very commendable for you guys.
yes, yes, yes. We wanted to do that, and thank God that it
Thank you
has
so
happened.
much. Yes. Thank you so much, Sharad, for this. Yeah.
We also we focus a lot on the CRM aspect of any project. Yes, the project phases in execution have to go on. Yes, the design has to be done nicely. Yes, the raw material has to be put in perfectly. But service orientation is important. Focus on the customer's concerns and aspects is important. So overall, was that CRM aspect taken care of well in the overall integration? Because the integration part is our main focus, from the requirement phase to the design phase and to the execution part. So this aspect of CRM, was it taken care of well? What do you feel?
Yes, because she was basically aware that the designs were under discussion and all that. So she was pretty much aware of what all are the different designs that are going on. And so if we don't go to the site every day, we know that she'll be there to take care of
Is
it.
it there? Great.
It does not sound on us that we have to go there every day to see if the workers are there or not, if things are there
Great.
or not. We can
Yes.
just ask and we'll get a report as to what has happened on a certain day.
Wow. Excellent.
Team owners, we don't know which fitment will go where, or what kind of a fitments will go in a cupboard or in a kitchen. So we expected what happened that she took us to different locations, made us choose different fitments for kitchen and for cupboards and everything,
Very
because she
nice.
knew the elements and everything. So she knew that this is the size that will fit and this is what will not fit. So that is something that as the owner, I won't know. It's only you guys who will know it. So that is a kind of comforting that okay, whatever you're choosing is going to fit in properly.
Perfect. Yes, and she has to make sure that whatever was designed is what she is making you choose, not anything else. So she has to make sure that also at the background. Yes, so she is integrating everything together. The availability of the vendors, suppose something is not available, then she has to make sure that the time is not lost and something else is getting done in that time, so that the time we are not losing any time. So yes, overall, we get a feel of what you had as an experience. So overall, we are trying to sell a good experience to you. When you give us the project, we want you to feel assured. We want you to feel stress free, and we want to try and come out with the best possible design from many possibilities. We want to come out with the best execution phase raw material. And of course, we want to give you an overall nice memory that you had a good time creating, designing, getting it executed, and yes, a good relation, because from now until next few years, we are going to be in touch. You will be needing us. We will be needing your support, and it has to be a very good relationship ahead, like we have with all our other customers. Ravi, you want to add some final words for Mr. Charu, for Mr. Sharad and Charu?
All right, so I just happened to meet them a couple of days back, and uh, I told them that I'm very excited to come to their place, and I wanted to see their place. And even in fact, our team is quite excited. So all the execution guys who are there on the site, they have confirmed me, sir, this project is coming out very well, and I'm sure the customer would love this place. That gave me a lot of confidence, and and Sharad and Charu both gave me the similar kind of feedback that the project is coming out really nice and they're happy. And I was like, oh, you made my day. So that was the best thing to happen on that particular evening. So thank you so
Well,
much, Mr. Charu and
what
Sharad.
carry on the cake that it was completely done in the budget, and that is something that I would really like to highlight. That was a major burden off my head.
Yes, great.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for highlighting that, because that is very important for everybody. Everybody has a budget in their mind, and they have to get all their aspirations and dreams fit into that. It is very important for everyone.
Because it gives them the idea as to what are the kind of furnitures they have to buy. Because if they know that this is
Yes,
the amount that's going to the
yes,
interiors, they can plan the other
you
expenditures
can
as
buy
well.
it.
I'll
Exactly.
just highlight one more thing from a budget perspective, Sharad ji, is uh, when the design happens, at the time of design, we also side by side starts making a bill of quantity and corresponding budget for this. Now there's an audit team which sits with the execution and also with the design, and the audit team takes care of this very carefully, that the design should not go beyond the budget which you have mentioned to us, and that is how we keep in the mind. And should sometime what happens is, when while designing, uh, the budget might shoot up, and that is when the audit team comes back and says to the design team that okay, this is where it is going to shoot up, so have a look. So this is the entire process which goes in the back while doing the design and execution both. So we have a totally a different kind of a setup right now at this point of time, and these guys are well experienced to understand that how this kind of a theme, how this kind of characters could be built inside the
Yes,
house, keeping all the interior aspect in the mind within the budget which you have told us.
yes.
So
We
that
have
is
to
where,
we have to sit through
yeah,
the costing.
yeah. So when I mentioned about P1, P2, P3, P4, this is how we do. We
Yes,
classify everything under this category.
budget wise, we have to do it. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I will just
So,
share your designs once more, and then we will say a goodbye after that. So here it is,
Yeah.
your house. So let me know once the screen is visible.
It is.
Yes, all right. So giving a short description of what we have as designs here is 5 BHK, a villa, independent villa of Mr. Sharad and Charu. They had in mind a Rajasthani fusion theme with fusing it with modern designs. It's a seamless integration of traditional Rajasthani characters and similar color palettes. We used a lot of royal, rich colors, a lot of jali designs, jharokas to complement the theme, and with the support of Sharad and Charu, with their open mind, the acceptance to the experts' advices, and their letting us design their beautiful dream home. We have come out with these final designs. Please have a look at this. So we are looking at the foyer here, the living area with the peacock blue royal color, fusing it with modern.
Right.
Lot of veneers, warm, rich, earthy colors. The jalis, you can see all the jalis. Kitchen, spacious kitchen with some changes. This is the TV room with a lot of beautiful, colorful stuff, adding on to the elegance and the beauty. The daughter's room with crafts area. Their bedroom, master bedroom with a library. And the kids' room, who loves these characters. Their TV area, family room, and this is actually a party area. And this is a sit out. So, Charu, thank you so much. Sharad, thank you so much. Charu, wish you a very happy birthday. Have a great day today. I hope you celebrate your day very beautifully. And we will surely come and meet you. Whenever I'm in Bangalore, I'll come to meet you for sure. I have to see this place myself. I'm really excited after hearing about, from Sapna and the team that is working on your place. And soon we are going to hand over the place. And yes, we are all waiting for that. Anything you want to let us know? Anything you want to
Most
add?
you should come.
Yeah, you guys are always invited to the house because you guys have put as much effort into the house as we have right now. So always welcome into the house. And
Yes.
yeah, best of luck for your futures as well. Because with this kind of execution, definitely there's the only way to go up is up. So definitely, a very good execution. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you. Thank you. It's a very big assurance to know that whatever we have thought of as model, whatever we have been looking at as a process and structure, this is all coming out and actually getting making your lives easier. This is what is our full aim, whole aim, to make you feel wowed by your own house. Where every day you wake up to a beauty, and you say, wow, this is my house. Yes, it has been done well. And yes, I have very good memories to take along for next many years.
Right.
So thank you so much. Bye bye. Have a great, fantastic day.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Charu and Sharadji.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ravi.
Thank you for the time. It was pleasure to see you and talk to you over here.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ravi. All right. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye bye.